Hi, how's everybody doing? It's Crazy Monkey here. So, this will be part 2 of the vlog I made earlier. And I've been hiking in the mountains a few hours. So I want to make this quick because I got to hike back. It's almost dark. It's going to be dark in about an hour, so I got to start hiking back. But anyway, part 2 of this vlog is the first part. I was talking about how filthy rich foreign investors are just buying up so many houses in Australia, Canada, United States, Europe, all over the Western world. We have filthy rich foreign investors, primarily from these various third world countries, Middle East, China, India. These filthy rich elites in those countries, they want to buy houses in the West because they see it as a safe investment. They see it as a good place to live if their country collapses. That's what they're doing. And, a lot of these filthy rich foreign elites, whether they're from China or filthy rich socialists in Venezuela that collapsed Venezuela, the socialist elites that collapsed Venezuela, they then take the money, they buy penthouses in New York City with the money. And, filthy rich people in the Middle East, they take their money and they buy up real estate in the West as well. So you see this all over the world. And what's happening is all the cities that are desirable and nice, whether it's Sydney, Australia, or Vancouver, Canada, Seattle, LA, San Francisco, New York, Paris, London, Amsterdam, any Western city that's basically was nice and somewhat affordable, a little on the expensive side, but somewhat affordable, 20, 30 years ago. Now these cities are ultra expensive, just ultra expensive, like every house $1 million and up. And a lot of it's because these filthy rich foreign elites have driven up the prices. And then the other reason too is because zone restrictions. They have very strict zoning laws, so they block most new development. That makes prices skyrocket as well, plus massive out of control immigration. That also makes prices skyrocket. So what's the solution? Well, the solution is less immigration, obviously. Get rid of a lot of the zone restrictions to allow more development, to drive prices lower. And then, in my opinion, foreigners, whether foreign elites from China are coming to America, or foreign elites going to Vancouver, Canada, or foreign elites going to different countries in Europe, America, Canada, Australia. My opinion is countries should have laws that say if a foreigner buys a house in their country, it should be new construction, and the foreigner can only buy one house. And then that would stop this insanity of these filthy rich foreign elites coming here and buying 50 houses. I mean, you have these stories like these filthy rich Chinese billionaires or Chinese people in China that have 100 million net worth. They'll go to California and they'll buy 50 houses on one trip because they see it as investments. And then what happens to us here in America? We get priced out and then we can't afford houses. And more cities, this is going to happen. More and more cities, the housing prices are going to skyrocket because filthy rich foreigners buying up a lot of the housing stock. So in my opinion, what needs to happen is we need to have a law that basically says that if a foreigner wants to buy a house in America, and then these laws should be made in other countries as well, the foreigner basically can only buy one house and it must be new construction only. And then by doing that, I think that a lot of the price increases caused by filthy rich foreign elites will stop. Because if they have to buy new construction, that means they have to build it from scratch. So that won't affect existing inventory, so it shouldn't affect existing house prices. The only house price it would affect is the house they're building, and that's the one they're building and they're paying for. So I think that's really the solution. And I just want to say real quick, not every foreign elite is a bad person, obviously. Probably 60, 70, 80% made their money legitimately. They're a developer, they build a high quality condo building, they sell the units for a high price, but they're high quality, they're built to last. They're built good, to good standards, and they make a lot of money. And I have no problem with the 70, 80% that you don't want to buy one house, new construction in America. That's fine. I just don't think they should be able to buy more than one house because then it drives up the prices. And I think it should be new construction only so it doesn't drive up the prices of existing inventory. And then I think that there also needs to be a law to make sure that, say, the 10, 20, 30% of foreign elites that are making their money illegally or making their money really nasty ways, they should be blocked entirely from buying houses. So, there needs to be some sort of law that says, if they're doing things in their country that would be highly illegal here, then they should not be able to buy a house here. They should only be able to buy a house here if they made their money basically legitimately. You know what I'm saying? That's how I think it should be. So I'm not against foreigners buying a house in America. That's fine, as long as I think there's rules and regulations to make sure they made their money legitimately. And because most of them did, probably 70-80% did make their money legitimately. I mean, maybe 20-30% is criminal, and that needs to be stopped. But the ones that made it legitimately, I think it's okay as long as they buy one house, new construction only. And I think that's what needs to be done to stop these runaway house prices and just turning every nice city into like a playground for the filthy rich elites, which I think is just ridiculous. Just wanted to say that update real quick.